Brent Bozell, media personality, was designated by President Trump as an ambassador designate to South Africa earlier in 2025, several months ago. We've been waiting patiently for his confirmation hearing in the Senate. It's finally underway during the government shutdown. Democratic senators, of course, used the occasion to score political points, saying absolutely ridiculous things about President Trump and South Africa. Let's cover some of the comments here. Chris Van Hollen asked Bozell if he agreed with Trump's legally and morally absurd claim that the government of South Africa was engaged in genocide against Afrikaners there. Of course, that's not what Trump said. And when asked that question specifically, President Trump, asked by a South African reporter in the Oval Office back in May when Ramaphosa was here, Trump was asked, do you still believe there's a genocide against whites in South Africa? And Trump said, I'm not convinced of that. So once again, the Democrats lying about what President Trump said. It's a sport for them. It's their default position. Bozell declined to answer the question directly when Van Hollen demanded a simple yes or no, insisting that genocide is not a legally defined issue. Bozell replied, I'm not a lawyer, so I can't address that way. Van Hollen went on to say that Trump was reported to be reducing the number of refugees that can come into the U.S. to around 7,500, and that the overwhelming majority of those would be Afrikaners, white South Africans. Well, no, Afrikaners are among white South Africans. They're not the only white South Africans. That, in my view, is a gross misuse of our policies. Do you agree that we should not have a refugee policy, admission policy that's based on race? Asked Bozell. You see how he's trying to score points here? First off, that's factually incorrect. The policy is for racial minorities, and of course this idiot knows that, but he sits in the Senate. Democratic Senator Chris Murphy then repeated the question of Bozell, do you support having a refugee admissions policy in this country that only admits white refugees? Bozell replied, Senator, I don't make that policy. Murphy then asked him, would you support reinstituting laws in this country to allow only white people to vote? What an asinine, stupid question that was. Bozell replied, Senator, I'm going to serve as ambassador to South Africa, and I'm going to focus on that. So Murphy said, you will not share your personal views on whether it's right or wrong to reinstitute discriminatory policies in this country to prevent black people from voting. Senator, my personal views are irrelevant. I am serving here to do what the president is asking me to do in South Africa. This obvious, disgusting, vile, racist question asked by these Democratic senators is sickening, absolutely sickening. Should I be able to ask these Democratic senators why they're anti-Semitic? Are they anti-Semitic? They believe that Jews shouldn't get this and shouldn't get that? Absolutely ridiculous nonsense. That has nothing to do with the question at hand. They're trying to set him up as a racist, and it's disgusting and filthy. They don't deserve to serve in the Senate. These people should be voted out of office next time, using this for political points. We need an ambassador in South Africa. It's long overdue. Stop acting like asshats and be senators instead.